Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I'm in the kitchen today. I've been playing in the kitchen a good bit lately, working on developing some recipes and a few other things, and just been a little bit more inspired to make some good food for myself, something a little bit different. Now, as you guys all know, I'm not a big gadget person. I'm not one that thinks you have to have all these things in the kitchen to thrive and survive on this lifestyle. But one thing that I do advocate strongly, because it is just a great fallback, it's a great crutch at times. I go to it even when I'm just lazy sometimes and don't feel like making food, and that's nice cream. In the very, when people come to this lifestyle, and this video, like I say, will kind of apply, I'd say everybody out there should have something to make nice cream with, but more than likely, if you've been doing this lifestyle or eating this way for any amount of time, you've probably been turned on to the ice cream thing, or you figured that out and you have some way to make it. But I do get questions from time to time about how to make it, which leaves me to believe that not everybody out there is making ice cream. And that's something you really need to remedy. Now, I would say this, and it all comes down, I'll say as I always do, it all comes down to priorities when you're talking about spending money for anything, but specifically here for spending money in your kitchen. People argue, people debate about, if we should be eating so much of frozen stuff, blended stuff, anything other than just the fruit in its, whole form. And I am getting back to seeing a lot of value. I go back and forth, and it depends on what's going on in life and how busy I am and whatever. Sometimes it's just simply the smoothies. The smoothies are convenient. The nice cream is convenient. But I do like eating my whole fruits. But the point being is no matter what, I think anybody will say, like, having a big bowl of nice cream is definitely better than going back and eating some other sort of sweet bad treat, dairy, what have you. And like I say, I'm one of these. I'm just saying, for the people, some people just aren't really into the frozen stuff if you're not into it. But as a beginner, now I don't have a problem with it. I'll be eating frozen ice cream a lot, probably as long as I'm breathing and able to make ice cream. But especially for the beginners, this is going to help a lot, because you can always, no matter what, if your body has a freak out, and this is some very simple, solid advice I haven't seen anybody talk about, though, even though people do a gazillion recipes about ice cream, they don't really talk about how to use ice cream as a beginner, as just somebody that struggles on this lifestyle. Because listen, strategy, you're a beginner and you're struggling, or you've been doing this for a while and you're struggling, always keep frozen bananas in your freezer. Always keep frozen bananas in your freezer. They're like your emergency. Do you remember these things? They used to exist. They were more of a gag than anything else. Like, in case of emergency, you break this little glass cigarette. Well, that's maybe not a good analogy, because you didn't want to go back to smoking a cigarette, but you need a substitute. And there's nothing better than when your body's freaking out, you're having cravings, you want to eat something that is not good for you, that doesn't serve you, is to just make a big bowl of ice cream. And if you keep those bananas available, and if you will do what I've talked about before, don't even wait it out. When you start getting those cravings, when you start first feeling it down there in the lower areas, and you're starting to get it, and the more that craving starts building, or the more hungry you get, the more your mind goes towards, okay, ice cream with chocolate syrup, cake, and gooey treats, this and that. And the hungrier you get, the less control you have over your mind and over the whole thing that regulates what you're going to eat. But a big bowl of banana and ice cream can take care of that, just like that. It's I could say almost as a strategy, having a problem, the second you have a craving for anything, make yourself a big bowl of ice cream. Now, like I say, this is a kind of beginner strategy. This may be kind of like for people that, if you're struggling, kind of a starting over or starting with a new approach strategy. Most of the time, by the time you've been doing this for a while, I like my ice cream, but I I don't ever have those situations where I have to use it. But there's some people that it would work very well for. Now, like I say, it all depends on your budget and what you can do. I'm just showing you a few of my little toys here that I can make nice cream with, or so they say. I haven't made it with everything. Now, one of the cheap, this is a $35, I didn't pull out the base, but this is a $35 food processor. I believe it's Black & Decker. Now, people say you can make good ice cream in here too. I haven't personally tried it in here. I imagine it's like with the blender, you're gonna have to use a little bit of liquid to get it going. And it may not be perfect like some of the gadgets, but you can make nice cream with this, about 35 bucks. I've got my, I can make it with my NutriBullet. It's not my preferred method, but I can make it with my NutriBullet, and it doesn't put too much of a strain on there. Can't make a whole lot at one time, but yeah, just by using a little bit of liquids. I've done it before using, you know, just the slightest bit of almond milk or tiny bit of water. Obviously, I can do it in my Ninja. Now, yeah, the Ninja isn't as good as the Vitamix, and it doesn't get recipes. I will say about the Ninja, its shortcoming, and we found that out when Melissa was here. It doesn't get some things as creamy as others, but for the nice cream, it works fine. And all I need to do is just put a little bit of liquid in there. And both of these were about the same price. Your NutriBullet's about 89 bucks. I think I paid about 89 bucks, maybe 100 for this. Now the last one is, and this is kind of overkill, but if you have it already and you haven't thought of it, you can do it. I have, longer than anything else, I've made banana ice cream with my Omega juicer. And this type comes out a little bit more like scooped ice cream. It's a little harder than the others. It's just really you just put the bananas into here, comes out here. The difference being, and I can't find my juicer one right now, is there's two different filters in there. There's this filter for the nice cream, and the filter for the juice has kind of a little mesh there. It has like little holes there. But yeah, you can make the banana ice cream with any of these. And I'll tell you, and I wouldn't recommend this, and I think I did a video back before I left the beach, so this would have been probably about 3 months ago. I knew I was getting rid of my just little cheapo blender, and I just beat the hell out of it. I actually made banana ice cream in that, and it's not a high-speed blender. It's like a $30 Oster blender or something like that. And I was able to, you know, by putting liquid in there and, you know, easing it along. But I don't recommend that, so don't anybody complain later. I had the feeling like if you did that for very long, or did ice cream very often, that you would burn out the motor on that. But yeah, get you something to make the nice cream with. That is something you could almost consider. Getting you something that you can make nice cream with, I would say, is somewhat of a priority as a beginner on this lifestyle. Because if you will use that, what I'm telling you, use it effectively, you know, well, there's just gonna be times when you just enjoy having ice cream and you plan on having ice cream. But if you use it as a backup, I think that's a very effective strategy. And it's kind of like, you know, I've done videos before where I said, well, you're hungry, eat a banana, eat another banana, eat another banana. Well, that doesn't sound that's still good too. And I would recommend that. Maybe you're out on the go, but you know, even a bit more of a tastiness, you know, like just eating a bunch of bananas isn't quite as appealing as eating ice cream. Or well, to some people. I get pretty excited by just eating bananas. But anyhow, I'm gonna stop rambling right there, but that's just a little idea. Get yourself something that you can make banana ice cream with. Any one of these for this you can get, this is probably, it definitely is the cheapest. You can use this for a few other things. I don't use a food processor for a whole lot. I can do a lot of things in my Ninja and my NutriBullet that probably bypasses this. But you know, even like if you spent 80 or 90 bucks, get yourself something that you can make the ice cream with. You're going to be happy you did that one. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you're having a beautiful week. I love you guys. Peace.